yo, what's going on though? Solo here and welcome back to my story mode. So if you're here right now, that means you most likely already know what the business is about. Amidst the days that I was working on the review, I got word from Twitter that the actual Pokemon Presents has been confirmed to happen on this Sunday. This Sunday being tomorrow, because this video has literally no other option than to come out the day before, so that's what's gonna happen. Now originally I was gonna do my own predictions, hopes, and wishes video for the next Pokemon Presents because I kind of figured that it was coming soon, and sure enough, it did. It just came a lot sooner than I thought that it would because I wasn't 100% sure on when Pokemon Day was. And now that I know, I will literally never forget. I just knew that based on last year, it happened sometime in February, because this is around the time that we got announcements for both Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl and Pokemon Legends. Oh my god, that's so weird that it's been almost a year since we got the games announced and now we have both of them. Doesn't that make you uncomfortable? It makes me super uncomfortable. Anyway, I digress. I apologize for talking so freaking fast. I'm kind of in rush mode right now because I have a very limited amount of time to get this video in order. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Anyhow, moving along here, since I figured that a lot of us share a lot of the same opinions, I got curious and decided to let you guys have the video this time. So, the other day I asked you guys what your hopes, wishes, and predictions were regarding the Pokemon Presents this Sunday. Also, thank you guys for making this real easy on me. I asked for you guys to do it a little bit quicker than usual because this video had to come out a lot faster than usual, and y'all really came through, so thank you guys very much. Y'all made this video so much easier to make. So let's get right into your guys' wishes, hopes, opinions, and predictions for this upcoming Pokemon Presents. We're gonna kick things right off with Nick O, who says, "Here's hoping we get some crazy guesses. Like many others, I want Sinjoh and PLA. With a region connected to Johto, we could get regional Dunsparce, Shuckle, and Donphan. I know people would prefer later gen reps, but some of these Pokemon really deserve a little love. As for a personal one, I really want some more Pokemon Snap DLC with more later gen reps. A few more Galar and Hisuian Pokemon in the mix, plus a new map or two would be nice. And the craziest wish? Just bring back Clara somehow, and give her a regional Dustox. I'll keep saying it till the day it comes true." Well, to tackle your first thing, Sinjoh would be absolutely bonkers. I don't know exactly how close Johto is to Sinnoh on the actual overall map. I haven't really looked at it, or if it's even a thing. I don't know if it exists or not. However, if they are close on the map, that would make a lot of sense, considering that we have a lot of Pokemon that clearly migrated over from Johto. Cyndaquil is very much present here. We have Crobat that's just wandering around. The Togepi line is chilling. Like, we have a lot of Pokemon from 2nd gen that are just kind of around for some reason. Quite a couple of them with Hisuian forms, meaning that they probably actually migrated from Hisui to Johto first. Also, you picked some damn good Pokemon that deserve some love. Dunsparce doesn't get enough, Shuckle doesn't get enough as a defensive god, and Donphan used to be one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I am 100% with you on these decisions. Now, as far as your hopes and wishes for Pokemon Snap goes, personally, I can't say much because I never even played Pokemon Snap, and I kind of don't really want to. However, from an outside standpoint, I don't think that that game deserves to just die out just because it's not one of the mainline games. I feel that they should probably have some kind of realistic DLC in the works, so hopefully you get that. Hopefully everybody enjoys whatever DLC they come out with, if they come up with DLC, which they absolutely should. Now again, like I said, I haven't really played Pokemon Snap. However, from the promotional stuff that I have seen, it didn't occur to me that I didn't see any of the newer generation Pokemon. Like, I saw mostly up to like Gen maybe 4? I don't recall all that much, but I don't remember seeing anything crazy like any Galarian form Pokemon or any Pokemon from Galar in general, so that's super weird, unless I just missed it or something like that. But again, I never played it, but hopefully when a new update comes around, it's filled with more Pokemon to enjoy, more maps to enjoy, and just general content. And as far as your last wish, I'll be honest, Chief, why Clara? Why? I mean, nothing against her. She was definitely one of the more entertaining characters in the entirety of the Galar region, so that's something, but that's very particular, you know, of all the unused characters in the entirety of the Pokemon universe. Claire's an odd pick, but it's a very interesting one too, so I don't know, maybe I'll do my research on Clara. Maybe there's some details and info on her that I missed that may you know, make her more interesting to me, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe they can pull an Ingo. Moving along here, we're gonna go to Lena Ware, who says, I hope we could get a suggestion that PLA DLC will be coming out later this year, but realistically I think they'll announce something to do with the next mainline games, one of their mobile games, or something to do with their music collaborations. Pokemon Legends DLC is in fact highly anticipated and very much expected within this year. If anything, I can kind of see it either coming very late this year, maybe sometime during the summer, or maybe very, very early next year. We'll have to see how things play out. Also, all of those guesses aren't my hopes for when it comes out, it is my expectations, because they like to move at a very rapid pace with their Pokemon games. Pokemon Legends Arceus is not an exception whatsoever. At this point, if they were to announce the next mainline games for later this year or early next year or something, I would be absolutely baffled, because how could they have possibly had any time and real manpower to work on the next generation of games? If it is announced, I have to presume that it's gonna be hot garbage. I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be some hot absolute ass, because there's no way that game is going to be truly ready for us by the end of the year. If we see it at this Pokemon Presents, it's going to be in a very unfinished state, and nobody will be shocked. As far as their mobile games go, I think it's safe at this point to expect a new one sometime soon, and then some kind of big announcements for Pokemon Go, Pokemon Masters, and Pokemon Cafe Mix. Or at least I think so, considering that those are the ones that they seem to be taking care of the most. And as far as their music collaborations go, we'll see what happens with that. Maybe they'll put on a cool little concert thing like they did last year for like Pokemon Week or whatever they decided to do. They had Post Malone, Katy Perry, who else was there? I don't know. Maybe they'll grab some crazy new faces like Billie Eilish. Maybe she likes Pokemon. I don't know. I have no idea. Moving along here, we're going to talk to Dr. Octavio next, who says, I'm expecting a small DLC for either Legends Arceus or BDSP, but I'm expecting the focus to be on a reveal for a spin-off game. Please let it be a new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I'm begging. So at this point, it seems that all of us are expecting a little something for Pokemon Legends Arceus and even Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Personally, I am most likely expecting Pokemon Home as the primary thing, because if it were DLC, I feel like the Pokemon Presents would be a lot longer, but I don't know, because it's only like 15 minutes. How much could they possibly show in 15 minutes? I never know what Pokemon is going to give us. However, if we do get a reveal for a spin-off game, I could not even tell you what that would be. It could be a new Pokemon Rangers for all we know. It could be Pokken Tournament 2, both of which I'm definitely praying for. If it is Pokemon Rangers though, please God, do not make us actually throw our arms with the Joy-Con. I'm gonna kill somebody if we have to do that. So at this point in time, it has been a clean 2 years now, I think, since we've gotten the remakes for the originals on the Switch. So I think it would be very possible for them to announce the next big games, Explorers of Time, Explorers of Darkness, or Explorers of Sky remakes, if they were to be using that exact same engine. If they did that, we would be in the clear for these remakes, and that would be so fire. Please, if we get any more remakes, I'm super down for that. If not Sky, then Time and Darkness. Please, those are some of the best narratively written Pokemon games in the entire series. Do not let that die on the DS. Please, guys. And also, just throwing it out there again, I would really love to see either ports or a sequel to Pokepark. I don't care which, but if we get ports, I'll be happy. If we get a sequel, I'll be happy. I just want Pokepark on the Switch. Thank ya. Why don't we go ahead and move on with the homie Christian Thompson, who says, I think we're getting something main series this year, but I think we're all hoping it's something additional for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Legends. I'd love to see BDSP get a little free DLC, and I'd pay for some Legends DLC. I think Gen 9 is possible, but I really hope they wait another year or so for that. Heck, I'll wait till 2024 for all I care. I have a feeling we'll finally get some focus on the two side games we've been wondering about for years, Sleep and Detective Pikachu 2. Both are confirmed to still be in development. I have a strong feeling that Detective Pikachu 2 is going to roll the first game into it too. It was an obscure 3DS title that I'm not sure that many have played. Doing a 2-pack for this Switch game would catch all of those people up who didn't play the first title. And Sleep? I have no clue what that's going to be like, but I'm excited for it. People thought it was cancelled for a while, but honestly, the idea of a game that tracks your sleep, I can hardly wrap my head around that, and I'm sure it took a lot more development time than a typical side game. Plus, it's going to have some kind of accessory to use, so I'm not all that surprised we haven't heard about it in a while. But hopefully, Sunday is the day. First off, it is more than valid to completely believe that we are getting Gen 9 news this year, considering that we are all by now more than aware of Pokemon's track record. Like, we would be shocked, but we wouldn't be shocked, you know? For the sake of the quality of the next game, I really do hope they wait till at least 2023, 2024, but we'll have to see how things play out. Honestly, a lot of us doubt it, and I think it's fair to do so. Also, it's very, very funny that you mentioned that you'd be okay with a free DLC for the remakes and a paid DLC for Legends. That's so interesting to me. Mostly because I would be in the exact same boat. I would never pay for any kind of DLC for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl unless it changed the game entirely. And as far as Pokemon Legends Arceus, it's probably going to be some big open area again with more Pokemon to have access to and things like that. So yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer as to why we wouldn't pay for anything for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, because there can't be anything that immaculate as opposed to Pokemon Legends, which would most likely have something much bigger. Now, talking about your Pokemon Sleep and Detective Pikachu theory, starting with Pokemon Sleep, I completely forgot about that. We have not heard hi nor hair about Pokemon Sleep until, I guess, recently, where they apparently did confirm that it's still being developed, but it's been in development for ages now. They have been in development for that since before I became Soul Story Mode. That is a long time ago now. So I have no idea what happened to that title, but whatever it is, I hope it's something really interesting, and if it incentivizes me to sleep, that would be fire. And that's mostly because, I would cheat my ass off. I am a YouTuber. I do not have regular sleeping hours. I do not sleep on a regular schedule, so I would have to cheat because I barely sleep as is. So if I can cheat, that means mad progress. Now, as far as Detective Pikachu goes, I kinda also think you're right in thinking that if we do get a second one, there will probably be some kind of bundle deal to get the first one as well, because nobody played Detective Pikachu 1. Or at the very least, it probably had to be far from a lot of people, considering I didn't hear a peep or even a whisper regarding Detective Pikachu. So if the development truly is still ongoing like you say it is, then it would definitely be in their best interest to also be remaking or making some kind of port for the first Detective Pikachu, so that if there is any knowledge necessary to play the second one, we can get the bundle and we don't really have much of an excuse. Otherwise, I'm not gonna buy it, because the 3DS shop is closing or closed already, and by the time that comes out, if it comes out, when it comes out, we are not going to have access to Detective Pikachu easily. So yeah, they better get on that. We're going to go ahead and hand the mic over to Undercover Duck next, who says, I honestly wasn't expecting any Pokemon news for at least the coming half year. Would love nothing more than to see them give Mystery Dungeon series a Legends Arceus treatment and rethink it from the ground up. More realistically, a remake of some other spin-off or a completely new spin-off would also be great, just as long as we don't see footage of a new mainline series installment that looks far from ready to be shown off and set to release far too soon from now. And look at that, yet another has come forward and voiced their concerns about receiving Gen 9 way too early. You are in the exact same boat as us, homie. I 100% agree. As far as Pokemon Day goes, for the last couple of years, we've always gotten some kind of thing on Pokemon Day, so I'm not really shocked that we're getting some kind of announcement in the Direct. I don't know exactly how big it is, because usually in the big ones, they're about 45 minutes, and they have a lot to show off. In a 15-minute Direct, it's hard for me to imagine that they're going to announce something too crazy. As far as the Mystery Dungeon series, I don't mind the way that it is, but if it were to get some kind of rebuild from the ground up, honestly, I would love it if it followed that of a traditional RPG. You have your party members that you're constantly switching out, and you're switching out moves and specials and things like that, and you can only use a certain amount of them before you have to leave the dungeon. Kind of like a Persona type thing. I really hate to use Persona as an example every time I talk about an RPG, but that's kind of where my head's at. So I think that would be really cool if they were to rebuild it from the ground up, but we'll have to see what happens. Frankly, for now, I would just be totally fine if we got some kind of port or remake of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time, Darkness, or Sky. Simple as that. Next along here, we have Nathan Quick, who says, Pokemon Legends Arceus DLC and BDSP update with Darkrai and Shaman events as well as home connectivity for both games. It's so interesting to me that everybody's 100% for certain that we're gonna get Pokemon Legends Arceus DLC, me included. However, we have absolutely no idea what that could entail. I mean, I could make a thoughts video on what a DLC for Legends could look like if they don't give it to us, but even if we don't get that announced during this presents, I still feel like we're gonna get some kind of DLC. Call me crazy, but I just have a gut feeling. Now, as far as the events go for Darkrai and Shaman in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, it feels kind of pointless because it's already been so long and we already have Darkrai and Shaman access in Pokemon Legends Arceus, which we already know is going to get Pokemon Home connectivity. So it's like, what are we going to do with that? It is ultimately rendered Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl completely useless. For the record, this is not me disagreeing. I fully believe that they most likely will give us the events for probably like limited time for whatever reason, but I just find it weird that they waited so long to do it. Like, you had 2 whole months to give us that event in between Pokemon Legends Arceus. Why did you wait so long? So with that, we're gonna go ahead and end things off with Gravity Pen, who says, I see a lot of people, not just in these comments, who say that Pokemon Legends Arceus means no Generation 9. I'd have to say, I disagree. If there wasn't a massive game coming out for the holiday 2023 season, why would they release Pokemon Legends Arceus so early, a month before Pokemon Day at that? My speculation is that they didn't want it to get overshadowed by the only thing that would generate more hype than Legends, a new generation. To me, I think we'll get Pokemon Legends DLC around the middle of the year and Gen 9 right on schedule, seeing as it has been 3 years. Either way, I'm hyped. Always love to see what Game Freak is cooking. So to start things off here, I think there's a lot of miscommunication that's happening right now. I don't think it's the case that it doesn't necessarily mean that there's not going to be a Generation 9 coming up this year, it's the fact that we clearly aren't ready for it. Even as good as Pokemon Legends Arceus is, it still has a bundle of issues that could have been perfected given the time necessary to do so. And if anything, a lot of us feel that it's okay because they saw this as more of a test run because this was such a new thing to do with Pokemon. And also, while we're on that topic, I don't know where you got the idea that it's been 3 years, but it has certainly not been 3 years since we've gotten a game from Game Freak because Pokemon Legends Arceus was developed by Game Freak. I think that the ultimate miscommunication here is simply the fact that a lot of people don't really consider Pokemon Legends Arceus a mainline game for some reason, but in reality, it is. It's Game Freak's big baby. This is the game that they wanted us to buy and pay attention to. Yeah, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl was a good pocket liner for the holiday season of 2021, but Pokemon Legends Arceus was the big name, big start for 2022. They pushed it really hard for a good reason. If anything, I'll even go as far to say that they purposefully made Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl in somewhat of a rush to get that out as the holiday release so that they had a little more time, just a couple more months or so to work freely on Pokemon Legends Arceus because they probably still had a lot of kinks to work out. So, long story short, if we are getting Pokemon Legends Arceus DLC, it would most definitely be during the summertime. And as a matter of fact, you're most likely right on the other front too. If we get Generation 9 announced, we are most definitely getting it this upcoming November. And to reiterate, it's not necessarily that we didn't think that it was possible, we just didn't think that it was necessary or reasonable to have another Pokemon game come out that soon. When you really look back on the previous years, we have always had at least one huge Pokemon game released on the Switch every year since the Switch has been out. We know Game Freak by now, which means that we always know that they're up to something, which is why we were so surprised when we saw that 2 mainline releases were so close to one another, especially a big mainline release at the beginning of the year instead of the end of it. So that's why we're at a crossroads right now. Pokemon Legends Arceus to us comes off as somewhat of an anomaly in the Pokemon timeline of games. A mainline slash spin-off Pokemon game that's bigger than the remakes that takes place who knows how long in the past with a completely different set of mechanics to what we're used to, that's released at the beginning of the year? Yeah, we're gonna be super confused about Gen 9 because this game exists. Whatever happens next with Pokemon, Pokemon Legends Arceus had a huge influence. Whether that influence is good or bad, who can say? But we know one thing for sure. Pokemon Legends Arceus is a step in the direction that we like, and so if we were to get Generation 9 this year, there's a good chance that it won't look or feel anything like Pokemon Legends, and that's why people are a little hesitant to get a new game this early. I mean, come on, let's be realistic. Having 3 big Pokemon games released in the span of 1 year would be kind of insane. Especially if it's being developed by Game Freak, because Game Freak was working on this game. So how in the hell were they working on another new game if they were working on Legends Arceus all that time? That means that this next one was started by a very small team and will probably be finished by a very small team. But we will have to see what happens. But anyhow, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here because this video needs to come out literally today. So we'll see what happens. But I'm passing off the mic to anybody who had any other opinions that they didn't get to voice because they didn't see the post the other day, and that's okay, you know, you're gonna miss it sometimes, that's how it happens. But I want to know what everybody thinks. Do you think that Pokemon Legends Arceus will get its DLC? Do you think we'll get our events for Pokemon BDSP? Do you think that Generation 9 is pretty much on the horizon in this 15-minute Pokemon Presents? Let me know everything you guys think in the comment section below, because you know for a fact that I'm always down there with you guys without a beat. But either way, I'm gonna skedaddle on out of here because it's about that time. So I'd like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this. And with that, I'm gonna get the hell up out. Thanks again, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!